you're Tanner Silver, president of Duluth Operating Group, right?
Yep.
I'm Marian Young with NetSuite. I've been with them for about a year and a half, and I met your vice president, Bobby Taylor, at a Georgia baseball game, and he said that you guys are looking to overhaul your current client account system. Why do you guys want to do that?
Mostly we've been having troubles with intercompany communication.
So I saw that you guys have 4 branches in different cities. So you mean when one city has something to tell another city, that's difficult?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, we see that a lot with our clients. So right now, if, say for instance, your branch in Nashville wants to relay information to your branch in Duluth, how would they do that?
Usually we do it through emails. They'll gather these different sales reports and put them into a spreadsheet.
Mm. And I would imagine that you would be CC'd in a lot of those emails.
Yeah, quite a lot actually.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be irritating.
Yeah, it's really aggravating.
Something else I wanted to talk to you about is I went on your website today and kind of imagined that I was a customer interested in your service, and I didn't really see a good way to contact you to say that I was interested. How do potential customers usually get in touch with you?
Normally they just go to the website and find the number to call.
Who answers the calls when they call?
Normally it's the salespeople.
And when the sales reps get these calls, how do they track what information they're getting?
Usually they just kind of write it down or memorize it. Actually, the other day, a branch manager of salespeople was kind of telling me how it can get a little frustrating because his salespeople will mismemorize something or write something wrong down when they're trying to close a sale. So,
how do you think that affects the percentage of closed sales that come from total leads that you gain?
I'm not too sure. We don't really keep track of that, but I'd probably say around 40 to 50%.
And I know that as president, you aren't really keeping up with how many leads you're getting all the time, but does your branch manager?
No, I don't think so. The salespeople usually report when they close a deal, and occasionally when it's like a really good lead, but other than that, that's all.
So on that note, when salespeople do close a sale and they enter that data into the spreadsheet, are you sent an updated spreadsheet every single time one of your salespeople makes a new close?
No, we normally do that monthly. The branch managers will normally send me their reports, and then I'll gather their reports and make a company-wide report.
How long does that take you to do every month?
I usually have to schedule out a full day to get that done.
Mm-hmm. So, can you think of anything that would make the job of a DOG salesperson easier?
We really do need a better system of keeping track of all our customers, especially the ones that frequent us a lot. To do that now would require everybody to come through a lot of different types of data, and we just don't have the time for that.
So right now you aren't even really keeping record of your current customers.
We have a calendar where we keep track of all our maintenance people and their cleaning jobs, but other than that, no.
So how do you think DOG would benefit from a more organized way to look at all your customers?
Well, we can make it easier to retain customers, so that we could kind of like follow up with ones, like I said, especially the ones that are most common. Or we could kind of reach out to customers that maybe even stopped using us. That would be pretty beneficial.
Well, NetSuite offers a really good way to help keep up with customers and do all that you're talking about. So if you want to follow along with me on the computer, I'll try to show you and demonstrate what it can do.
Yeah, sure.
So right now I'm just on the NetSuite homepage, and the first thing I'll show you is the Customers tab. And if we click here, you can see on the left side, there's a button that says Customers by Sales Rep. So if we click on that, a sales representative can go in and see only the customers that they've been in contact with and only the customers that are important to them. They can also go in and view one of their current customers. See right here we have 3M. So if we view it, we can see all of 3M's past purchases and when they purchased them and how much they spent. So another thing that we can do is with 3M, for instance, we can click here on contact information. And when you go in the contact information, you can sort it by who's the most important. So we can have the contact information just for the decision makers, so you don't waste your time calling the wrong people.
Okay.
Now if we go back out, we can see a graph down here of sales by customer. And we can see which customers are making the most money for your company and which are making the least and which you need to reach out to the most. And another cool thing is the key performance indicators down here. You can see how much you've increased sales over the past term or the past quarter, and So sales representatives can see this, and so they can see directly how much money they're making for the company and the impact they're having for the company, which can really do a lot to motivate an employee to see what they're doing to help. Another cool thing is that while sales representatives can see this, their bosses can go in and see it as well. So their bosses can go look at these key performance indicators and see, which salespeople are doing the best, which are doing the worst, which they might need to talk to.
Yeah, I've actually used those a lot in the past in a few of my previous jobs.
Yeah, so another thing I want to show you with NetSuite is a solution to a problem we talked about earlier. We already established that customers calling for more information isn't the most efficient way to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to pull up now is another client of mine. And what we have here is online, they have an information form on their website. So an interested customer can come in, put their name, contact information, and a message kind of saying what they're interested in and how much they're willing to spend.
Okay.
So as soon as a customer comes in here and inputs that information, it goes straight to NetSuite, and a sales representative is notified as soon as it happens.
Okay, cool.
So they have a real-time tracking of what's going on and what their customers want.
Yeah.
So say that, it's midnight and someone submits something. You don't want to reply right then, but the next day they can go to the Leads tab, and where it shows new leads, a salesman will come into work and see 5 new leads from last night.
Mm-hmm.
So he can then use the contact information given and follow up with each one. And as he does that, he can, right here you can see he can input the percentage chance that he thinks of closing that sale and about how much money he thinks that they're going to spend here. So the salesperson can see immediately and in one place how much they will make through commission on a sale, and also the percent chance of closing that sale and then making that money. So because they can do that, they can know who's most important to contact and who will be best for them to do it.
Wow, that's really detailed. I like that.
Yeah, so everything we just looked at is really helpful for salespeople, but I want to revisit the main issue you said your company was having, and that's communication issues between your divisions. How do you think it would help your company to be able to access sales data all the time from all divisions everywhere?
That would help tremendously, but what I'm really concerned about is accessing it instantly.
Well, NetSuite really takes care of that. So say a sale is closed in Nashville, you in your office in Duluth can look it up as it happens and see it go through. So that's really not an issue at all. And another thing that's really cool, it's new with NetSuite, is our mobile app. So even if you're on the go, you can track sales data from anywhere as it happens. And that's also helpful for salespeople that end up, in the homes of their customers or in the businesses of their customers. As they're interacting with the customer, they can look back in their past sales data and see what they've bought in the past to help, reconnect with that customer.
I mean, this is great and all, but I'm kind of worried about the data that we have now.
Mm-hmm.
We've compiled a lot of sales data and customer data over the years, and I'm kind of worried about that as well as integrating it into the new system.
Well, with NetSuite, that's part of the implementation process, so you really don't have anything to worry about. What's in Excel spreadsheets right now can be automatically and electronically entered into the NetSuite system, and anything that can't be electronically transferred, NetSuite representatives will transfer for you. So you don't have to worry about losing any old data or spending any time on transferring data.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm liking what I've seen so far for NetSuite, but let's get down to brass tacks.
Well, the cost of the system really depends on what system you get and how much of it you get. What we've been looking at today is the CRM package, and there are other packages available, but I think this will probably be enough to suit your needs. So I don't see it being too expensive for you, but it also depends on how many people you want to have access to NetSuite.
Can you give me a rough estimate of the numbers?
Well, I would say a good estimate for a company your size is around $150,000 or $200,000 per year, as well as an implementation fee at the beginning of about a couple $100,000 probably. And I realize that sounds like a lot of money, but when you look at all the time saved with everything that we've looked at today, I think it would really be worth it for your company, especially when you add in the increased efficiency of salespeople and how much more money they could make for you.
Yeah, I guess I'd agree with that.
When do you think you plan to start implementing a new system?
Well, I mean, I'm really liking what I've seen so far.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's exactly what we need.
Mm-hmm.
I just probably need to talk to Bobby again.
Okay.
Is there any way that we could all meet again sometime?
Yeah, for sure. Sometime this week good for you?
Yeah, Saturday at 8 should be good, actually.
All right, great. Well, we'll be in touch.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks so much for meeting with me today.
Yeah, appreciate it.